Welcome all dear children. As in class 12th we are doing the chapter 4th chemical kinetics. In that we'll be covering the topic 3rd, that is integrated rate equation today. So first thing, integrated rate equation. What is the need to find out the integrated rate equation of any reaction? The reason is that children, it is not always suitable to determine the instantaneous rate. It is not always suitable to determine the instantaneous rate, as it is measured by determination of slope of the tangent at point T in concentration versus time plot. Now children, whenever we find out the instantaneous rate of any reaction, we plot a graph of concentration versus time. This we have already done. So on plotting a graph of concentration versus time, we used to determine the slope of the tangent at point T. Now children, it is always not suitable to find out or to determine the instantaneous rate with the help of by drawing a tangent, that is by determining the slope, okay, by making a graph of concentration versus time. So it is not always possible to make a tangent and determine the slope and to find out the instantaneous rate. And it becomes really difficult to determine the rate law. And when it becomes really difficult to determine the rate law by measuring or finding out the instantaneous rate of any reaction, it becomes really difficult to thus find out the order of any reaction. It becomes difficult to find out the rate law and thus the order of reaction. So children, what we do? Then we'll come to this one. The concentration dependence of rate is called differential rate equation. What does this mean, children? The concentration dependence of rate, that is rate is dependent on the concentration. So this concentration dependence of rate is called differential rate equation. So in this basically we will study about that how the rate is dependent on the concentration. So the equation we'll be getting is differential rate equation. Okay, now thus children, the differential rate equation is thus integrated. We integrate the differential rate equation. All the math students might be knowing that the differentiation you must be knowing, and you must be knowing integration term. So firstly we'll get the differential rate equation, and that differential rate equation is then integrated to get a direct relationship between the concentration at different time. Okay, so we integrate the differential rate equation to get a direct relation between concentration, okay, between concentration at different times. We will be able to find out the concentration of the reactant at different times, and thus we will be able to find out the rate constant. So it becomes really easier to find out the value of rate constant, the expression for rate law, and the order of reaction with the help of integrated rate equation. Why we use this? Because it is not always suitable to use what, children? To find out the instantaneous rate at an particular instant of time. It becomes really difficult to make a tangent and then to find out the slope and then to find out the instantaneous rate of reaction. So that is what the need of having integrated rate equations. So this is all about, children, what is integrated rate equation and what is the use of integrated rate equation. Now children, we are going to find out the integrated equation, or we use integrated rate equation to find out the rate constant of any reaction. So in this topic, children, will be determining equations, integrated rate equations for zero order and for first order reactions. We will be finding out the integrated rate equation for zero order reaction and for first order reactions. Now children, whenever it is zero order reactions, what does it means? It means that the rate of reaction is proportional to zero power concentration of reactant. How we write the rate, children, over here? Rate is equals to K, that is rate constant. Concentration of reactant, suppose the reactant is A, raised to power 0. So this is basically zero order reaction, and this is how we write the rate of a zero order reaction. So when the rate of reaction is directly proportional, or you can simply write it in terms of this definition, rate is directly proportional to concentration of A raised to power 0. Here the rate is directly proportional to concentration of reactant raised to power 0. So this is basically what zero order reaction. Now children, we will say that the rate does not depend on, for zero order, the rate does not depends upon the concentration of any of the reactants. Suppose A and B are the reactant, then rate in zero order reaction will not depend upon the concentration of the reactant. So if we have reactant is giving product P, then rate is equals to what children? This we have already done. Rate differential firstly we are taking. Firstly we will find out the differential, and then we'll be finding out the integrated rate equation. So rate will be equal to differential of this concentration of R divided by dt. So minus dr upon dt. This will be the differential rate equation. And children, this rate, that is we have taken the differential of this one, here you come, it will become minus d concentration of R upon dt is equals to K R naught, that is the concentration of the reactant is 0 over here. So anything raised to power 0 becomes 1. So it would be K into K, and this value will be equal to 1. K into 1 will be equals to K. So it will be minus dr upon dt is equals to K. Dt will go up to the K, and it will be K dt. It means minus dr is equals to K dt. Now this minus will shift to K side. So it will be dr is equals to minus K dt. Okay, this negative value will shift to K side. Now this differential equation will be integrating on both sides. On integrating this equation, children, what we get? Concentration of R is equals to minus Kt plus I. On integrating this, concentration of R is equals to minus Kt plus I. Here children, I is the constant of integration. Okay, constant of integration. Suppose we have taken the value of T as 0. Till now the reaction have not started. So T will take 0, and the concentration of R, that is will take the initial concentration. So T will be 0, and concentration of R will be equals to the initial concentration, that is R naught. Initially the concentration is R naught at time 0. So we'll put the value of R naught over here, and time is equals to 0 over here. So what we get, children, on putting the value R is equals to R naught initially is equals to K initially, time is 0, 0 plus I, where I is a constant of integration. So minus K into 0 will be equals to 0 only. So it means R naught is equals to I. Okay children, so now in this equation we'll be putting the value of I. I what we got is equals to R naught. So we'll put R, concentration of R is equals to minus KT plus R naught. Okay children, so this is the equation what we get. Now this KT will take that side and R will take this side. So KT will be positive and minus R will be there. So R naught minus R is equals to KT. Okay. Now T is equals to KT. This is equals to KT. T will come down. So it will be R naught minus R upon T. That is K will be equals to this one. Okay children. So we have R naught, we have R, we got T, we got K. We'll find out the value of rate constant. Suppose children we draw a graph. On drawing a graph, we'll take concentration of reactant, plot against time. So this here the reactant concentration is equals initially the reactants concentration is R naught, high concentration, and after time t the concentration start decreasing. So this will be the initial value of the concentration of reactant, that is R naught, when concentration of reactant is plotted against time t, and this is the slope, that is K is equals to the minus slope. Okay children, this R naught is the intercept. So intercept is equals to R naught, slope is equals to minus K over here. Now children, when we talk about zero order reactions are not very common. They occur under special conditions. Okay, zero order reactions are not common. They occur under special conditions. There are some enzyme catalyzed reactions. Children. Like when I talk about enzyme catalyzed reactions, it occurs in the presence of a catalyst, and we take enzymes. Enzyme catalyzed means these reactions are catalyzed by enzymes. Okay, they initiate the rate of reaction, or they help in attaining the equilibrium faster. So zero order reaction are not common. They occur under special conditions, and they are basically they are enzyme catalyzed reactions. Some of these zero order reactions are enzyme catalyzed reactions. Okay, so we have few examples of zero order reaction. One example is children, ammonia will take, and at high temperature will take ammonia's decomposition. We have taken gaseous ammonia and will study about its decomposition on the platinum surface. Now platinum is the catalyst on the surface of which at high temperature will take ammonia, and at high pressure also at high pressure. So now ammonia will decompose into nitrogen and hydrogen. So children, how the rate is given? Rate is equals to, rate constant, concentration of reactant, and as it is zero order reaction, so concentration of reactant will be raised to power 0. Okay, so rate of this reaction is given as rate is equals to K NH3 raised to power 0. Anything raised to power 0 becomes 1. So rate is equals to K. What does this suggest children? That in zero order reaction rate is independent of the concentration of reactant. रेट के ऊपर concentration of reactant का कोई भी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Now children, what happens when this reaction is occurring under high pressure on the platinum catalyst surface? Then what happens? The ammonia gets absorbed on the surface of the platinum catalyst, but under high pressure condition the surface of the platinum catalyst gets saturated with ammonia molecules. Like children, this is the platinum catalyst. It is having space over it. So these are the ammonia molecules which gets absorbed and the reaction occurs over here. But under high pressure, the vacant space is also occupied by ammonia molecules. Now there is no space left for further ammonia molecules to come and to further carry out the reaction. So what happens after some time? This gets saturated platinum surface. Now if you further increase the temperature, then there is no change in the rate of reaction, or this will not be able to alter any change in the reaction. This reactant is not going to alter the rate of reaction. The reaction becomes independent of the reactants because the surface of platinum catalyst gets saturated. Now there is no space left for ammonia molecules to come and the reaction to proceed. So the reaction becomes independent. Okay, so this is one example. Now children will make it out for first order reactions. Now for first order reactions, children, what happens? We'll take what it would be, children. Rate is directly proportional to concentration of reactant raised to power 1. Okay children, raised to power 1. Rate is directly proportional to concentration of reactant raised to power 1. If we have a reaction, reactant is giving product. Rate would be equal to, children, minus dr upon dt. We already know this. Minus dr upon dt, that will be the rate, is equals to K. That is, on removing this proportionality, will be equals to K concentration of the reactant raised to power 1. Okay, so this is how we write. So minus dr upon dt, that is a rate, is equals to K into concentration of reactant raised to power 1. Now what happens, children? This R will come down and dt will go to K. So minus, it is equals to dr upon R is equals to minus K dt. So this is the differential equation. Now we'll be integrating this differential equation. So on integrating this differential equation, what we get? Natural log of n concentration of R is equals to minus Kt plus I. On integrating, we get this. Here children, I is the constant of integration. Now initially the concentration of reactant was R0 and time was equals to 0. So I am putting the value of R0, that is initial concentration at time, is equals to 0. What we get, children? This minus K into 0 will become 0 and it will be equal to I. This will be natural log of an R0 is equals to I. It will become natural log of an R0 is equals to I. Okay now children, now I is equals to natural log of an R0. So we'll put the value of I equals to natural log of an R0 over in this equation. So it will be natural log of n concentration of R is equals to minus Kt plus natural log of n R0. Okay now children, so this is how we got natural log of n R0 is equals to minus K into time is 0 plus I. So natural log of n R0 is equals to I. We have just kept the value in this equation and we got natural log of n R is equals to minus Kt plus natural log of n R0. Now children, this will go that side. Natural log of n R0 will go to that side. So it will be natural log of n R minus natural log of n R0. So whenever it is minus, it is divided, children. So natural log of n R upon R0. Whenever it is minus, it is divided, children. So natural log of n R upon R0 is equals to minus Kt. Okay, so this is what we got. Now this is, now we'll take time to that side. So it will be 1 upon time, natural log of n R upon R0 is equals to minus K. Or children, K will be equal to K. If we take this minus sign to that side, minus taking that side, R0 will come in the numerator and R will come in the denominator. So K will be equals to 1 upon T natural log of n R0 upon R. So on removing natural log of n, you all know that we multiply the number with 2.303. This we have already done, children. Okay, this we already know. We have solved this kind of question earlier also. Whenever it is natural log of n, we take log over here, we put log over here multiplied by 2.303. So multiplying this with 2.303 and putting log over here, it will be 2.303 upon t log of r naught upon r. So this is what the value of rate constant over here. Okay children, so I just hope this might be clear to you all. Now we'll take the expression for rate constant. If at time t natural log of n r1 is equals to minus kt1 plus natural log of n r0. This equation we already know, children. So at time t1 we have put the value of r1 and r0 over here. And at time t2, natural log of n r2, reactant concentration will be r2 minus kt2 plus natural log of n r0. So these are the two equations that we got at time t1 and time t2. Now children, what we'll do? Here we know that r1 and r2 are the concentration of reactants at time t1 and time t2. Okay, if you subtract this equation 6 from equation 7, what you will get, children? Natural log of an r1, left minus left, right minus right. Natural log of an r1 minus natural log of an r2, this minus this will be equals to this, is equals to minus kt1, okay, plus natural log of an r0, and minus will become plus. So minus will become plus, minus natural log of an r0. Now children, this minus this whole minus whole this on the right side. This is positive, this is negative. These two gets cancel out. So it would be minus kt1 minus of minus kt2. So it would be positive plus. Okay, so kt2 is positive minus kt1. It will become, children, kt2 minus kt1. Now k is same. We'll take k common and write k t2 minus t1. Now it is minus, children, so it will go in the denominator. So natural log of n r1 upon r2 is equals to kt2 upon t1. Okay, so this is all what we got. Now what would be the value of k, children? This t2 minus t1 will go in the denominator. So it would be 1 upon t2 minus t1, natural log of n r1 upon r2. Okay, now we'll put log over here and multiply this with 2.303. So it would be 2.303 t2 minus t1 log of concentration of r1 upon concentration of r2. Now children, what you might be thinking of, what is the use of having this equation? This equation is used to find out the value of rate constant when we have two concentration of reactants, when we have two reactants at different concentration and at different time periods. Then this is how we find out the value of rate constant, that is K. Okay children, I just hope this one is clear. Now we'll make a graph. So here children, we'll take the natural log of nr upon t. We'll plot these two. Here the initial concentration will be natural log of n r0 and the slope will be equal to, children, k upon 2.303. This would be the slope, children. This can be put on the basis of this. Slope will be equal to k upon 2.303 will go there. The slope will be equal to, children, 2.303 will go there. So k upon 2.303 will be the slope, and initial concentration will be equal to natural log of nr0 and the concentration of reactant natural log of nr and time. This is how we got the graph. Now children, whenever we talk about the first order reaction, examples of first order reactions are, they are basically all the radioactive reactions, all the radioactive decays are of first order kinetics. Example is, radium will decompose and give helium and radon. Okay, so this is what it gives. So this is how this reaction, this is radioactive decay, and it is a first order reaction, children. So you can see that radium is a radioactive element. On radioactive decay, this will form this. Now how will give the rate, children? Rate is equals to rate constant, concentration of reactant. Reactant is radium raised to power 1. Okay, so this is example of first order reaction. Now children will try to solve a numerical. Okay, we'll be trying to solve a numerical, children. So we have a numerical. Consider a certain reaction where A is giving the product. We have a reaction where A is converting to product. K is having value 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 per second. Okay, rate constant value is given. The concentration of A remaining after 100 second. The concentration of A that is remaining after 100 second, if initial concentration of A is 1 mole per liter, is 1 mole per liter. So this is the question, children. Again we'll study what the question says. We have to consider there is a certain reaction, children. The reaction is basically what? We are having the reactant as A, and children, we are having the product, we are having product P, suppose. Order of reaction is K, rate constant is given, that is 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 per second. And children, you need to calculate the concentration of A. You need to find out the concentration of A that will remain after 100 second. आपको A का concentration पता करना है जो 100 second के बाद रहेगा, या अगर इनिशियल concentration A0 होता है. ओके, सो इनिशियल concentration अगर A0 है तो आपको concentration of A पता करना है, that is will be after 100 second. This is the question. And children, initial concentration of A is already given. So initial concentration of A is given 1. So initial concentration, that is A0, is given 1 mole per liter. Value of K, that is rate constant, is given 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 per second. Time is given, children, 100 second. So we know that K, that is rate constant, is equals to 2.303 upon T log of initial concentration of A upon concentration of A after time T. So this is the formula that we'll be putting over here. We know the value of K, we know the value of T, we know the value of A0. We'll be able to find out the value of A that is asked in the question. So we'll just put the values in this equation over here. So it would be K is equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 2, 2.303, time is 100 second, log of concentration of A0, that is initial concentration, is 1 mole per liter. So children, on solving this, okay, it will be what? It is 1 log of 1 minus log of A. Okay, whenever it is divide, we subtract. So it is log of 1, that is log 1 divided by concentration of A, that is log 1 upon concentration of A. So log 1 minus log of concentration of A. This is how we write this one. 2.303 will multiply this with upon 100 second is equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 per second. So what it comes, children? We know that log 1 is equals to 0 and minus log A. This is exactly, we have kept the same values over here. Log 1 is equals to 0 minus log of A. So children, what would be minus log of A? This will go up 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 into 100 divided by 2.303 is equals to minus log A. Now in solving this, children, we'll simply take, to find out the value of A, we'll take the NT log. So on finding out the NT log, we'll get the concentration of A, that is 0.135 mole per liter. So this is how we solve the problems. Okay, whenever it is asked about the concentration of the reactant Okay, with the help of initial concentration, K, that is rate constant, was already given in the question. We'll use the formula, children, this formula, and we'll be able to find out the value. So that's all for today. Thank you all and have a nice day.